Hello, thank you for joining me. It's Wednesday the 7th of February. Now yesterday I did a tarot card reading and two of the king cards turned up. And I was talking about all the different ways that the court cards and the king cards can show up in our lives. I hadn't watched the news at that point. And it wasn't until a few hours later I realised that our king was very much in the news as he's poorly at the moment. So I think all of our thoughts and best wishes are with him at the moment. It's just a very not so nice, ironic way of those king cards showing up for us all yesterday. But I'm sure there was lots of other reasons as well. But yeah, I just wanted to give him a little shout out. I'm sure he's not watching. It's always nice to give out healing thoughts and messages, even if you know someone isn't actually going to see them. They may get them energetically. So you can do that for anyone that you love or care about, I guess. Okay, let's see what we've got today. Let's see who comes out for today. Okay, we have the Justice cards and we have the Seven of Swords. Okay, I really like this Justice card because you can see the lady looking down into what's almost like a reflection. But it's a very different lady, isn't it? You know, what do you make of that? Which one looks more trustworthy? This one's got the lovely sky, so we're assuming that that's the one that everybody sees, and this is maybe the one underneath, the one that we don't see. I guess that is the balance that we have to have between, have we all got a dark side? Maybe call it our shadow side. That's possibly what I want to go with when I'm talking about this. You know, it's that flip side of the things that we don't particularly want people to see about us. We've all got those kind of fears and anxieties that we might actually be exposed as somebody that, you know, our values aren't quite right, or maybe you did something years ago and you still wake up in the night thinking about it, you said or did the wrong thing. It's that kind of thing, isn't it? That when we look very closely at ourselves, again, we can be really, really critical and only see the dark or the negatives. And I feel like this lady is smiling as if she's giving love to this particular side of her life. It's like doing that shadow work and just accept. Brilliant. Well, I love that I was just saying we need to do that really dark shadow work and my computer switched off and all the lights went off. Couldn't make it up, could you? So there we are. It's an extra message there for the universe. No one escapes that work. But I really like the fact that this lady is smiling and giving, it's almost like bringing peace to those troubled parts of our soul. And that ties in really nicely with that seven, doesn't it? Look at this crow. He's hysterical, isn't he? You know, right there in your face. This guy's moving on though, isn't he? Now, why is he doing that? He's got a little sword in his hand, and there's another little crow crawling at him, and there's one kind of following him. He's off. He's off into the night. Where's he going? We don't know. And what I really love about this Seven of Swords is we don't know if that's just a really hazy sun or the moon, but the light is shining down on this person. And I feel that that is this kind of shining a light on the truth, on the real you, whatever that is, your authentic self. There seems to be, I want to keep going back to the word forgiveness. I keep getting the word forgiveness given to me by my guides. And I think this is forgiveness for yourself. Forgiveness for, you know, it's amazing how much we carry with us, things that we did at childhood or things that happened to us at childhood that perhaps had a knock-on effect in our adult life, relationships, or, you know, people that moved out of our life or we became estranged to. We all have that element in our life where we kind of want to go back to our younger self and make a little bit of peace, to stop this kind of constant crowing. We had this, didn't we, a little while ago, those crows just round our heads all the time. It's like we really have got to do this healing work. And healing is sometimes just accepting that, you know, things happened, wasn't great, but I've learnt my mistakes, or I've moved on, or I've healed, or I've had closure, all that kind of stuff. You cannot keep beating yourself up over and over again for the person that you maybe were, because that's just, with the information that you had at that time, that's all you could be. What's really interesting, actually, at the moment, again, astrologically, I'm not an astrologer. There's loads and loads of amazing astrology websites out there. I know some of you read Forever Conscious a lot with Tanaz, but she was talking in her weekly forecast about what a healing energy there is at the moment. And that's tying in very much with this Aquarian new moon that's coming into us at the end of this week. So I really love that healing energy. You know, I talked about the king, didn't I, and saying that he was poorly, and we've obviously got an awful lot of coverage that Harry has come back from America to spend some time with him. And sometimes that happens, doesn't it? Sometimes you have to get over something. And I'm not giving them any particular family advice, but that happens in all families, doesn't it? Sometimes you have to be the bigger person and or maybe even swallow your pride a little bit, which I think is, you know, what's going on here. It might even be accepting you were wrong in some instance so that you can move on and put stuff to past, you know, let things finally be laid down and forgotten. I really do feel there's this element of, okay, we need to do some work, but actually it will help so many other people as well. And I do feel like the world at the moment could do with a lot of healing. So we can't always do everything about everything that's going on in the world. But if we start with ourselves, that's a good place to start, isn't it? Because when you feel healed and better, that radiates a little bit more light out in the world. And if we can all do that, then maybe collectively the world will start to be a better place. I'm getting the hope here with these lights and these beautiful light fluffy clouds that it is the promise of brighter, happier days. And I love as well the peace that you can see in this lady's face compared to what was before. It just seems to be that whole offering of being at peace with ourselves and the people around us and the world as a whole. So there's quite a big message there, but it does start with forgiving ourselves. So there we go, quite a deep message today. Focus on the healing and the good that any of that kind of shadow work can do. And I will be back again tomorrow with another reading for you. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.